This video will cover procedures. As adults, we take the same route to school every day. Most of us don't even think about our route to school. We just get there. As adults, we have the same procedures while getting ready for work in the morning.
We're going to be making a list of direction and position words. We're going to put them on the board so that you can use them in your writing. Before I do that, we just had a long weekend off for 4 days, so I want you to remember instructional time, what it looks like in here. If you're being responsible, you're sitting in your desk, you're following your directions, you're participating, and you're staying on task. If you're being respectful, you're raising your hand like you just were. You are listening closely like I can tell Owen is, and Avaya and Katie, because even though they're way over there, their eyes are on me and their hands are quiet, so I know they're thinking about what I'm saying. And last of all, we're going to be safe. We're going to be safe by keeping our pencils down, keeping our hands in our lap, not touching other people, and using our school supplies the right way. All right, eyes over here. Who's going to be responsible for their learning? And raise their hand and tell me a word that could tell us.
Procedures. Steps students follow at various times of the class period. When entering the classroom, when turning in work, when needing help on a test. Benefits of procedures. Students know what is expected of them. Consistency. Same thing occurs daily. No wiggle room to bend the rules. More time for instruction and less time spent on explaining what to do and giving directions. New students can enter class and pick up on classroom procedures. If your students know what to do and how to do it during class, they can more easily attend to what is important. Students can focus on learning. Let's reflect. Classroom procedures. Beginning of a period. Do students know what to do? Quieting a class. Do students know how you will quiet them down? Students seeking help. Do students know how to get your attention? Movement of students and papers. Do students know how to move about the room and pass papers in? End of period. Do students know who or what will dismiss them at the end of the period? Let's see some classroom procedures in action.
Before we do that, what are the three things that we're going to do? Bubble in the mouth, two fingers squeeze, face in the front, and mouth shut. Voices on. All right? So, very carefully, show me how you're going to do that. Show me.
Okay, my door is closing in about 30 seconds. Jeremiah, you got a pencil. You won't be successful if you don't have a pencil today. Pencil? Oh, go get one.
Here's a list from Harry Wong. Procedures to consider. Entering the classroom. Getting to work immediately. End of class dismissal. Participating in class discussions. Going into groups. Turning in papers and homework. When you finish early. How and when to use the pencil sharpener, tissue, and garbage. During announcements. Asking a question. Responding to fire, severe weather, and tornado drills. Leaving the classroom. When visitors arrive. Keeping a notebook. Interruptions. Getting classroom materials and supplies. Teachers getting entire classes' attention. Pause video. Complete worksheet on procedures. Write down your procedures for each example transition within the classroom. Have you taught these procedures to your students? Have you retaught these procedures on a regular basis? Share out some examples in groups. Now watch a teacher use an attention signal.
With a 1, 2, 3 freeze. When I do my 1, 2, 3 freeze, that means stop what you're doing, and I need your attention. So let's try it. 1, 2, 2.5, 3, freeze. Pencils down. Let me get your attention.
Attention signal. Used to get the attention of all students, involves visual and sounds. Students all stop what they are doing and pay attention to teacher. Needs to be practiced with students and acknowledge students who follow the attention signal. For further information, click on any of the links.
Hey friends, if you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. If you have your...
Here are some examples of attention signals. Teacher says, hands on top, and then places his or her hands on top of their head. The students say, everybody stop, and place their hands on top of their head. Teachers say, 1, 2, while holding up the corresponding fingers. Students say, eyes on you. Then the teacher says 3, 4, holding up the corresponding fingers, and the students say, talk no more. Perfect. The teacher says, if you can hear my voice, clap X times. Students then clap that number of times. The teachers can then keep increasing the number of claps to gauge how long it takes for the whole class to respond and be silent. The teacher dims the lights. The teacher turns on a specific song. Same spot, always get attention of class from the same spot in the room. Now pause the video and share out some examples of what you could do in your classroom to get the attention of all the students. Teaching the procedures. Telling is not teaching. You cannot simply tell the students the procedures. The procedures must be taught and shown to the students. On a regular basis, procedures need to be retaught and practiced with all students.
We know where the stuff for dismissal goes. When your group is ready, you've shown that everything is clean on your table, the floors are clean underneath. The lunchroom supervisors are going to dismiss by tables. So here's what that could look like. I see that you guys have cleaned everything at your tables. Why don't you guys take your trays up? Everyone else is going to stay seated. No one else is getting up except for the table. That would be this table. So you guys come on around. When you're done dumping your tray up by Miss D, you guys are going to come right back down and you're going to sit in the exact same place. You guys did a good job. Let's go ahead and take your stuff up.
Procedures, ideas. Begin class with warm-up questions. Quick quiz, summarize yesterday, start a reading. End class with a question, a takeaway, etc. Play music during movement. Have an attention signal. Have transition procedures embedded in the PowerPoint or overheads used for instruction. Dedicate a bulletin board to classroom expectations / matrix and procedures.